Welcome to the Office of Student Services Media Library, brought to you by your host, Mr. Pulliam.
Students, and welcome to another digital lesson with me, Mr. Pulliam, from the Office of Student Services Media Library. So last lesson, we talked a little bit about what a RIASEC code was, and you took a little quiz to figure out what your RIASEC code is. So as a reminder, a RIASEC code is an acronym that is used to determine what some possible career options are for you based on your interests and desires. So today we're going to talk a little bit about what each letter of the RIASEC code means in order to prepare you for our next lesson, where we're going to search some possible career options for you based on your RIASEC code. So to start out, we're going to start with the R. The R in RIASEC stands for realistic. So students with a high realistic score prefer to work with things rather than people. They enjoy working with their hands and using tools. They enjoy fixing things and working outdoors. And they value accomplishments and common sense. So some possible career options include being an engineer, being a carpenter, plumber, construction worker, maybe even a logger, someone that prefers to use their hands and be outside. So these are all options for someone who has a high realistic score off the top of my head. The I stands for investigative. So people with a high investigative score enjoy thinking and searching for facts, enjoy problem solving. They like to explore and understand things or events, and they value knowledge, learning, achievement, and independence. So some possible options that someone with a high investigative score might enjoy would be a historian, a detective, a police officer, someone that works in forensics in general, or it could be a professor. It could be a social studies teacher at a younger level. Even someone who enjoys math can really enjoy investigating because it involves them thinking and problem solving a lot. Next, the A of RIASEC stands for artistic. So someone with a high artistic score is going to convey their thoughts and feelings through words, song, movement, or color, more so than any other way. They also prefer non-structure and creating their own work. So someone with a high artistic score would rather make their own hours, be their own boss, create something with their hands, than go sit in an office for 8 hours a day from 9 to 5 consistently. They also value creativity, self-expression, and beauty above most things. And they like acting, music, art, and design. So someone who has a high artistic score could range anything from a painter to an architect to a dancer to a movie actor. It just all depends on what career option they choose. Meanwhile, the S in RIASEC stands for social. So people with a high social score like working with people and helping others more than they like working with objects or machines. They value fairness and understanding, and they connect with many people, even those they don't know. They're also sociable, responsible, and concerned about the welfare of others. So for example, I have a very high social score, which is one of the reasons I decided to become a school counselor. Other possible options include being a mental health counselor, a school psychologist, and even a politician, because they connect with many people that they don't know. Next to last, the E in RIASEC stands for enterprising. So enterprising means that they enjoy persuading others, they enjoy leading, taking action, speaking, and selling. They enjoy taking risk for profits, and they value social and financial success, loyalty, and responsibility. Some people who have a high enterprising score might enjoy being stock salesmen, working at the stock exchange. They might enjoy being CEOs, or even just businessmen working at or owning a local gas station where they get to take risk for profits and where they can lead and take action with other people and sell things. And finally, the C. The C in RIASEC code stands for conventional. People with a high conventional score like routine and like to follow clear rules and instructions. They enjoy well-defined tasks, and they like to organize data or objects while paying attention to detail and accuracy. So basically, artistic and conventional are kind of on the opposite ends of the spectrum, right? So some examples of careers that someone with a high conventional score could have include being a data manager for the Ohio Department of Education. They could be a businessman working with Excel, or any other things that involve numbers. So computer engineers have to have a lot of organization and data skills in order to be successful at their job. So before we take a little break to do some discussions, I want you guys to take a look at your top 3 RIASEC letters again. So those are your ones with the highest ratings that you gave your teacher during the last lesson. I want you to list them in order from greatest to least interest. So this can be based on your own opinion after learning what each letter means, or it can be based on those with the highest ratings. But your 3 that you have to put in order from greatest to least interest are your top 3 RIASEC letters with highest ratings. So even if you think another letter better suits you, I still want you to go with the highest rated letters from the test you took last time. And also, if your theme letters are tied, I want you to try to pick one that's the strongest, or you can indicate a tie, like by putting a slash in between these things. So finally, I want you to write down on your worksheet all possible combinations of your code. So if you have ISA as your 3 letters, you can range anything from ISA, IAS, SIA, and I want you to write down every single possible option, okay? So go ahead and do this real quick. And while you're doing it, I want you guys to also take a little bit of a break. I'm going to give you guys about a minute here to discuss what your top letter is and why you think it's your top letter. So at this time, go ahead, match up with a partner or get in a small group or as a whole class, depending on how your teacher has this lesson set up, and go ahead and discuss your top letter. Ready, set, go. Okay, great. So guys, I hope you enjoyed taking that little discussion time, and I hope you're ready to move forward. So guys, just as a quick little reminder, these are your 3 top letters because they're the bold ones, okay? So we don't really have this screen right now anymore because I just had you guys write it down. But just in case you decide to take it again, remember that this is how you figure out which 3 letters compose your RIASEC code. So the next part of picking a career to look for involves selecting a job zone. So job zones are the level of education and training that you're going to need in order to perform that job. So the scale is on a scale 1 to 5. So 1 is the lowest level of training and education you need, while 5 is the highest level of education and training you need. In order of specifics, a job zone 1 requires a high school diploma but does not require very much experience or training. A 2 requires a high school diploma and for you to have some previous experience in training. 3 requires an associate's or technical degree that you can get from places like Southern State or Hawking College after 1 or 2 years. Number 4 requires a bachelor's degree, which you can get from OUC or another major college in Ohio or across the country. And then 5 is a graduate degree, which means a master's degree, a PhD, an EDS like Dr. Phil has. There are a bunch of different graduate degree options. And when you're searching different job zones, the screen's going to look a little bit like this. So you just need to click on the circle that has your job zone that you wish to search for. Then after that, it's going to give you, based on your RIASEC code, different career options that match your job zone. So for this one, the individual was searching for job zone level 5. So that means they have to have a graduate level degree in order to pursue this field. So that includes jobs like art therapists, English language arts teachers, anthropologists, clinical psychologists, art, drama, and music teachers. These are all people that have a high IAS, AIS codes, and also have that level of education. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's lesson so far. And next week, we're going to do a little bit of a career search using your RIASEC code. So make sure you turn those worksheets that you just completed into your teacher so that they can keep them for safekeeping. And then next time, come prepared to do a career search using your RIASEC code by putting different letters first to see what kind of jobs it suggests, and also exploring which job zone to see which one fits best for you. So once again, thank you for watching another digital lesson from the Office of Student Services Media Library. My name is Mr. Pulliam, and I hope you have a great day. Go Bearcats!
Thank you for watching another digital lesson from the Office of Student Services Media Library. And don't forget, it's a great day to be a Paint Valley Bearcat.